So anyone with a question about the for loops?
Could you please repeat, please?
Have you understood about the for loops? Yes. Let me try to repeat what I have written here. I'm saying when you have more than one element. So for example, in this case, we have 5 elements. We have created a list. That's the name of our list is fruits. And then inside fruits, we have what? 5 elements. We have banana, orange, mango, lemon, and then tomatoes. So what if someone asks you now, print out all my elements in what? In the list, in the fruit list. So what you do manually, you just print the what? You print those elements using the print function, and then you try to access those elements using what? Using indexing. So in this case, it means if you want to print banana, you just say print, and then fruits inside square brackets, you specify your what? Your position for banana, which is 0. So the same goes to the orange, which is position 1, and then mango position 2, and then lemon position 3, and then tomatoes position 4. So if you run this one, you get this result. That's okay, okay? And then we have said now, what if you have so many elements? Maybe you have 1,000 elements. You can see your code will run, actually you need maybe 4 pages to what? To write that code, okay? Because you will be writing print function for position 1 until you reach your 1,000 or a million times, okay? So we have said these things can be done easily using what? A loop. In this case, we have said let's give an example of using a for loop. And then we have said what does it mean? So we just write the name of the loop, that's for. So the moment you write for, then that's a loop. So you can see the color for the word for is what? Is highlighted. So it means actually Python identified that word as a loop. And then after we have written for, we now give an alias name of one of the items, because remember we want to print all the items. But in this case, you only do for one item, and then the for loop does the rest. So that means you need to give an alias name. An alias name is just like something. So we have said in this alias name we have given is X. So it means X stands for the banana, the first item. And then the X, the banana is inside the what? Is inside the list. So what we do, we said for X in fruits, and then we place a colon. Then inside a colon, we decide what we do with this banana. So in this case, we have said now give me the print function, the print result of the word banana. So it does. And then because it's a for loop, it goes back to the program and start for the what? For the next item, which is orange, and then does the same, comes to the third item until all the items are what? All items are done in a list. So let me give a different example. In this case, I want to give actually an example using what? A string. So let's say, remember our S, we created string S. Let's try to run string S. String S was having the word letter. So we can look.
I can't see your screen.
Oh, sorry. So all of you, you cannot see my screen.
Yes, it is too blurry. We're struggling to see.
Oh,
I may also suggest maybe you change the color of the background, maybe to white or something.
actually, let me try to change my position. Okay, yes, just a moment.
Umeguza my chest. Akinafoje bewazi. Hadi nimesikia uchungu by the way.
Yes, now this one looks better.
I've got to unmute.
Does this one look better?
Hebu shuka. Tusikanyage uso yangu please.
Can Melissa, can you mute your? Does this one looks better or I change the what?
It is not visible.
It's still frozen. You have not displayed anything.
Let me restart. So all the whole time I'm talking, you
No, it was okay. Then I think it froze like 5 minutes ago.
Okay. So is it okay? No. Is it okay?
You've not gone to your ID. You're seeing the.
You're not presenting anything.
This one?
You're presenting the call. Okay, now it's there.
Yes. So I've said we created our string that's S, and then the S contains the values data. So we want to loop because strings are what? Strings are actually indexed. We can loop through them. So what we do, just say for. Now in this case, you are going to use the word actually. Let me give I. So we are saying we want to loop through those letters so that we can have a printing of. You remember? Let me just write this one. Just a moment. Let me write this one so that you can see. So let's try to output those actually characters. So print and then the name of S, then square bracket 0. And then we do how many times? So the word data contains how many characters? Contains 1, 2, 3, 6. So 6 times. Okay. Yes. This one. And then this one, and then the last one. Yes, so this one takes position 1, this one takes position 2, this one takes position 3, this one takes position 4, this one takes position 5. Yes, I think this one is what? Okay, so we expect, I'm sorry. So we expect if I run this program, I'll have my 6 characters. My 6 characters. Yeah, so I'll have N, E, T, E in that order. Yes, so you can see. But I've said, what if you have a what? You have a word with so many letters. So what we do, we summarize this code, this above code, we summarize it using a what? A loop. So what we do, we just write for, and then we give an alias of the first value. The first value is L. So which alias name do you want to give? Can you suggest an alias name?
Just go with I.
Yes, I. So you are saying I to represent 8, and then for I, in what? Our variable. That's variable what? S. Then you place a colony, and then you say, what do you want now to be done for our letter L? Is to be what? Printed out. So print L. Then when you do this one, because it's a for loop, it will do for letter L, and then goes back. Sorry, this one was supposed to be I. This one was supposed to be I. So it would just do the same thing what we have done here, but in a summarized manner. You see, in a summarized manner. So it will print this one and then comes the second item, that's E, goes and then goes to the third item, that's T, until all the elements are what? Executed. I want to explain something here. So can you confirm to me that you have understood what the elements, the for loop does? Want to explain something? Anyone with a question? Anyone with a question?
Maybe before we continue,
Yes.
is it possible to add more than one objects in the list using the append function?
Yes, that's true. Let me try that one. So inside this one, what you need to do, you actually need to create another list now. Okay? So because you have you have what? Because you have, but let me try this one. Maybe I will confuse you with this one. Let me try adding tomatoes, but it's already there. So let me try to add onions. That one's yes. So we have onions, and then we have what? Which element do you want to add to the fruits? Pineapple. Yes. So let's try to run this one. Let's try to run this one, and then we update this. So this. So what you do actually, that's what I was trying to say. You just put a what? Those elements in a what? In a list. Because we said, so if I run this one, it will now actually update what I'm trying to say. Yes, so if I update my fruits, I would have what? So you can see updated what? So this is what I was trying to say. So it's a list inside a list, okay? So for you to add more than one element, what you do, you create another list. Then you do, because ukiandika ukitoa hii square brackets, ukitoa hii square brackets, square brackets, now you are dealing actually with tuples. We said tuples, we represent tuples using the normal brackets. So there's no way you can just mix the what? Mix more than two data types. So that's why it's giving an error. So you need to place these curly brackets. So it means you have more than one element, you make a list, and then inside the list, you can add a list inside the list. That one's okay.
Yes, it's now.
Yes. So then let me update this one. So I'm assuming that everyone now have understood what the for loop does. Huh? So let's add something inside the for loop, and then we do a when loop. Okay. So let's add something. So what if now you have your values, let me create values. So let me create values and same as 2. When you want to create actually values, you don't need to actually do the manual way. Let me just explain this one. So my value starts from 1 and then maybe 100 or 20. Even 10 is okay. So we can use a built-in function called range to create actually values. So what the range does is that you specify the first element when you want to start. This is the starting value, and then this is the what. So it will print 1, 2, 3 up to 10. So if I say end, then end, I will have my 1, 2, 3 values up to 10. I expect that. So yes, so you can see I have my values from 1 to 10. Okay, now this one I can make a distance. So I have my values from 1 to 10. Yes, and then I want now to create a for loop for I in actually L. Let me change this one to values, and this one to values also.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Is it possible to zoom from your side?
To do that, so we have still those
Actually, we are training to see.
so what is it? What's happening? Is it my position?
Kindly zoom.
Is it my
Zoom.
position?
Zoom.
What I did on my side, I increased the lighting on my laptop, and I was able to see your screen. I had a similar problem when you began, but when I increased the lighting, I was able to do. I don't know whether the members can try that, or alternatively, then you either change the background of this screen, or you zoom as the member is suggesting.
Let me try to actually so
I think you should just use an accordion instead of
okay.
code.
Try to
Code is much darker. Kindly use a bit bright.
that's fine. Let me try to do. Yeah, so this one is okay. Is this one okay?
Is at least
Yeah,
that
just
one.
use one. Don't use the other one.
Okay. So I said you can use the range. If you want to create values, what to do? I just use the range. the range input function, then I specify. You don't want to specify where you want to start from. The default one is from 0. What I do, I'll just say that one. Then we are trying to output the values. I'll get 0 from what? 0 to 10. So I want to look for I, and then in what? In values. I in values. Then I press this one. Then I want to print my I. I want to print my I. So you can see I've printed 0 to 9. Let me try to explain the built-in range function. If you want to create, this one is the same as actually as creating a list, and then you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. But in this case, I started from 0. Okay? So instead of doing these things, you can do automatic way by just what? Using the range, and then the range will what? Would actually create those values. What if I want to now, you can see if I just say range of 10, 20, I'll have my 20 values. Then the 20 values are starting from what? 0 here. So if I don't want them to start from 0, I can just specify the starting point. That is 4, and then you place a comma. So it means my values will start from 4 to 20. So if I update to this one, you can see my values are starting from to 20. You can also specify your what? Your actually, is it range? Yeah, your range. So the values between the first value between the second value. So if you say maybe from 4 you want to go to 6, and then so the range to be 2. So you can say this. So you can see. Anyway, let me just not go to that root. Just create a symbol values, that is 15 maybe. So if we 15 values there, so if I put them, they are 0 to 15. So they would be, if I try to use a for loop, I'll get all my values, all my values. But now I want to explain something. What if I don't want just to output these values? I don't want to output these values. I want my values when I want my values. You see, the range is 0 to 15. What if I only want my values from 0 to what? To even 5 or 6 or 7, so that the remaining values are not what? Printed. So in that case, you add what is called a condition. We have already done this. So you add a condition. You say, now if one of the values is now going to be less than 10, then what you do, break. Yes, someone trying to ask a question. So I can't hear you. I can't hear you. So
Now, but
your microphone is having a lot of problems. So I can't hear you. Just try to type in the message box. Try to type in the message box what you are trying to ask. So I'll say it this way. I'll say it. I can automate values from some value to some value. So in this case, I've just automated values. I've created values from 0 to 14. So I'm just use the word range, and then inside range I put actually where my values, how many values do I want? I want 15 values. So my range starts from 0, then the second value is 1, the third value is 2, until 15. So we saw the first, so I do. So we saw this group. We saw this group that for I, and then in what? In values. And then we say print what? Print what? I. So this one will print all those values. Print I. Will print all those values. 0 to 14. So those are what? Those are 15 values. But I'm now creating a scenario saying that what if I don't want all the values to be printed? Maybe I want the values to be printed until they reach what? They reach at maybe value 10. So what I do, I would say I would write the for loop, and then inside the for loop now I will create a condition. Okay, I will create a condition. So the condition is that if one of these values, the values here, is now less than what? Less than 10, then I will what? I will stop my printing of those values will stop as there. So it means that actually my values should be what? The only values will be printed here are those values which are what? Less than 10. So my values will start from 9, 8, and then coming towards 0. Let me see that one. So I did not actually put the printing, only place the printing. So okay, just a moment. Find values. Yes, so what I do. What is not happening here? So I'm saying for I in values, if I is less than 10, then I want what to be break. So that's a condition, which is fine. But I want what? Yes, let me try this one. What is it? What is it? Okay. Actually, I print the I, and then so for I, let me see my values. Okay. So I was trying to say that just a moment, because I can't see these values being updated. For I less than 10, then you break. Let me just use this I. So this is what I was trying to what? To actually say that you can actually make a condition inside a for loop. So we have said the values we have are 0 to 14, this one. But what if we want to actually output those values which are less than 10? So what we do, we write a condition, we write a for loop, and then inside a for loop we write a condition. So The condition is that I should be what? Less than 10. So that one, if we have to put them, we get those values 0 to 9. 0 to 9. Yes. So try these values. So try create a list. Just give me 2 minutes for you to create a list, and then after you have created a list, try to what? The first program is try to output all elements that list, and then the second assignment is, or exercise, is to what? To try to now filter out the elements in a list. So try to output some elements in a list. So just try that one. Just try that one. Try that one. Then if you are done, just send what? Send. Yes, I wanted to use this one, but no, mine was not working. But I will get a different example. So I can see someone is doing a good work here. So try to create a actually a list, and then specifically the numerical values. So your list should have numerical values, and then create a for loop to output. The first is to output all the elements. The second one is to filter out some of the elements. Filter out some of the elements. Some of the elements. Some of the elements. So try to do that and send your screenshot to WhatsApp. Send your screenshot to WhatsApp so that we can see your answers. So this one has done a good work. So try. I'm waiting for your answers, sir. I'm waiting for your answers. I'm waiting for your answers. I'm waiting for your answers. So you can actually start sending answers. Don't keep quiet. If you have a question, just ask. If you have a question, just ask.
Where do we access these notes from the Jupyter?
I sent them into the group. I've been sending them. I said the first notes I sent were actually compressed. And then I realized that some of you are unable to uncompress those notes. So I sent the extracted notes. The first notes were actually Monday, notes for Monday and Tuesday. And then the second part of notes I sent yesterday, that were actually yesterday work. So today I also sent this, what we have done here. What we have done here.
I mean the already typed note, not the recorded class. The type.
These are the type notes. You can see mine. These are type notes.
These ones are the ones I'm asking.
Yes,
These
I
I'm
already
asking
sent
about.
them. I already sent them. The ones with the MD,
Where do we get them?
the ones I already sent them. The ones with .md, these are markdown files. Okay. So what you do for you to open this way, you must use VS Code. VS Code will actually output them this way. But still, even if you use your Jupyter, you will have those notes. Let me try to open some of them and you see how those looks like. So you can see, you can be able to read, you can see they are the same notes, only these are notes. But if you want to open this way, you must use VS Code. But they are the same. So let me see. Yes, I can see this one. Yes, so what does that mean? So some of us have used the break what? So you can write either this way or try to write the break. The break. I tried to write this one. I don't know why it didn't work on my side. So we have I, and then what happens? You give a condition and then you break. So what's happening here? Yes. So I don't know why mine is giving me actually 0. But you can use the other way, just the same way. You can use the other way. Mine is not working on my side, so you can just use the other way. This method of mine here. This one is easy. So, but it's the same way, the same logic. So what we are telling is that the result we are printing is that, oh, I remember what's happening here. I remember what's happening. So my break actually should be what? Come here. Yeah. Still not working. Anyway, just use this one. This one is very direct. This one is very direct. You write, and then you write a condition, and then you output those values. Those values, would, the one you are output them, they would be under this condition. Under this condition. So you have sent the result, but you have not sent the result for the first question was to create a list and then output all values. So let me try to go to the when loop. So we have another type of a loop called when. So this is how it works. You just write the word when, and then you give a condition. You give a condition. Let's try to use actually. So let me give a starting point. I'm saying maybe my x same as 2, 0. My x same as 0, and then I want to actually use the when loop. So I will say when, now give a condition. So when x is less than 12, and then I'll what? I will print my x, my x. Then, so I'm writing this. The question is that I want my values to start from 0. So my x starting from 0. Now I want to add those values such that if my first result is 0, my second result should be 1, my third result should be 2, until my condition is met. That is, my values are less than what? 12. So what I do, I've said I'm writing the when loop, and then giving condition. Inside the condition, I want those values to be printed. So my 0 will be printed, and then I want to add now 0 so that my second value will be what? 1. So it is 0 plus 1. So what I do, I write x same as x plus 1. Let me check it. So like there. Yes. So what is it? Mm, 20 nothing next. So look at this. So the problem with this code is that you have what we said, we give areas names, then those are the areas name you are going to print out. So you have just printed X, instead you print the area's name, which is E. So you are supposed to print E. That's why you have actually a weird result. Because what you are doing, you have just printed this X instead of printing E. The E will be, you start from 10 and then 11. Yeah, so try to correct your code out. Yes, not when. Now I'm starting confusing myself. So what I'm saying that we have already done a for loop, and you have said how the for loop works. So we have another loop called a while loop, not a when loop. I just forgot the name. Then, so what the while loop does is the same way. It's a loop. So it just give you the first value and then it automates the second value. So you don't need to actually print manually. So you can see my program, I've initialized x as 0. Then I've
Sir, are you presenting? Because I can't see your screen. I'm only seeing the WhatsApp screen.
what's happening.
It's now fine.
Okay. So I don't know why I'm having this issue. No. I don't know why I'm having the issue today. So am I actually presenting? Is it okay?
Yes, it's now visible.
So what I've said, we have already done the for loops, and then we have another type of a loop which is known as a while loop. So they do the same job, but The most common used loop is a for looper. So if you understand this one, you can actually forget about this one. Okay, but for the measuring, I've given an example. So the example is that I've initialized my x as 0. So I'm saying my value should start from 0. And then I have written a for loop that's a while, and then give it a condition. So this is how you write the while loop. You write the while and then you give a condition. This is my condition that x should be what? Less than 12. Then I say print my x. So the execution is that the first value is printed out, and then so 0 will be printed out, this one, and then it goes to the next line, which is x is same as to x plus 1. So it means 0 is same as to 0 plus 1. So the second value will be what? 1. And then it goes back. Now we are at 1. It will print 1 here, and then it will come 1 same as 1 plus 1, which is same as 2. Anyway, this is not necessary. The while loop is not necessary. So if the most important loop we are going to use is a for loop. But I was just mentioning for you to know that there is another type of a loop called a while loop. So you can see. So let me go to the functions. Then we actually call it a day. So we have what we call a function. We have a function. So I want you guys to do the following tasks. I want to find the area of the what? Of the circle using the following actually parameters. So add should be same as to 7, 5. Try these values. Just guess your values. Not necessarily you type mine. Yes. So I want you to do this. You write a program to what? So to put the area of a circle using the radius as what? So I'm assuming you know the value of pi. But meanwhile, I can just give it. So pi same as to 3.14. So do those programs. Do those programs. It's very easy. You just define your area. You say what you do first of all. You define your add. You say add same as to 7, and then area same as to you give the formula of that area, which same as pi. Let me define my pi here. Let me define my pi here. So you have pi same as to 3.14. So it's same as pi, you multiply by 7, and then you multiply by 7. That is it. But here we have divided 7, so we multiply by r. And then r. So and then you what? You print what? Print area. So you can see pi is not divided, so this one I wrote a bit different. Yeah. So my area, you can see my first area is 153.86. So try to do for these other parameters. The r, when r is same as 5, when r is same as 9. Yes. So try executing those programs. Try executing those programs. You know, these things, when you are doing them, they become easy. So you don't just necessarily watch. You don't necessarily watch. Anyone with a question, just ask. Anyone with a question or a problem, just ask. Meanwhile, do those tasks. Just define your R. Not necessarily what I've defined. Just define your R, maybe give it a n number, so that at least you do those areas maybe at least 3 times. So you should have 3 different values of area of a circle. And then I summarize the code using the function. Using the function. If you have a problem, just actually raise your problem. Your problem. Try to raise your issue. Yes. Meanwhile, for those who want to just copy, let me just open this. So this is what I've created. Huh? It's just simple. Just the same way. What you are just doing is that you are actually commanding a computer to do these things. So have you if you have done at least actually 3 areas, just send the screenshot. If you have done or completed at least 3 areas, send your screenshots. Huh? Let's try to be actually a bit faster. Let's try to be a bit faster. Let me see this one. Yes, so you can see this one has calculated 153, 78.5, and then 75, 39.14. Yes. Someone else sent something. So you should actually do these things first of all. So if you just do this is the way that if you have calculated the first area, just copy and then you paste here. And then you just change the value of what? R. So you change to 9. And then you run. Or what when you're going to type. So that one, and then you paste, and then you change the value of what? Of 278. Yes. So you can see it in the rise. So I want to summarize the code. Kama niwapea 2 minutes, watu watume results. Nipeane 2 minutes. Watu wamenyamaza, sijui kama ni mimi wananisikia ama wanisikii. Send the results. You can see how I've done mine actually very fast. You just copy and then you paste and then you change the what? The value of R. At least this one, kila mtu anafaa kutuma. You guys said something. Changamuka. Watu watume vitu. Because na summarize sasa. Na summarize and then we meet with actually a different thing on what? On Monday. Can't hear. How can you not hear? People should send the results. Yes. So this one has done. So I can see. Try to do those things. If you have a problem, just communicate. usiachwe nyuma. Yes, nangojea result bwana. Send screenshots. Send screenshots so I can see this one. Yes. Yeah. Send screenshots. Send screenshots. Send screenshot. Yes, one I can this. Naona hata watu walichangamuka wanatumia face code. Face code ni mzuri. Ni mzuri especially when you are typing. So there are some of the extensions that you can install so that it makes you to type actually easily. Someone has a problem, print R. Why are you printing R? I'm only interested with the area, my friend. I'm only interested with the area. Why are you printing R? You are supposed to print area. You see? So change actually your value inside the print function. Yes. Yes. At least everyone should send something. Usikuwa tu unaangalia. The more you are doing it, the more you actually understand the process. If you don't practice, you will get confused. Yes. Yes. Even this one has tried to change the name of the. Let me try to read this name. Actually, it's a circumference. My friend, circumference, the formula of finding circumference is not pi. Huh? Pi, and then you, anyway, you tried. Circumference is 2 pi r. Yes, so I can see that one. Send something, send something. At least today you program something. See, ati mimi naongea peke yangu. Just try to calculate the area. Try to calculate the area. Kama umemaliza, you can think of something else. Maybe a area of a rectangle, or area of whatever. Try to think of something else. Yes. Watu ni kama wamechoka. Let me just summarize the nini. Hata wengine ni kama wameanza kutoka, wamechoka. So let me summarize this code of ours and then tumalize. So you can see Actually, you can see actually.
Sorry, Mr. Juma, but I'm stuck in the slightly previous assignment
Yes.
where it's telling me you can see what I have put as my screenshot where I'm trying to say for X in fruits, print fruits X.
No.
And the response I'm getting from the system is that list indices must be integers or slices.
So what you have done,
Yes.
you have just sliced and then you want to slice inside a loop. That one is not possible. So just remove your fruit and then the curly process. So what does it mean? It means your X stand for one of the value in your fruits list. Okay?
Yes, I
So
have
what?
a list of fruits,
Yes.
which are like about 6 of them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm saying when I'm saying for X, X is an area's name. So it stands for one of the value in our list. Maybe you have what's your first value in our list?
It's I have banana, I
Yes.
have orange.
So let me give an example of banana. So it means you can actually write for banana in fruits, then print banana. Okay? Have you now understand that statement? Instead of X, you use for banana in fruits and then print banana. But the problem with that word is that actually your banana, your list has more than 2 different types of list. So that's why we're using X to stand for all the values. Okay?
Yes, so let me show you the list so that maybe you can make it clearer. For me, this is the list I have. That's the list I have
The
of
value of
my
the list,
fruits.
there's no problem with the values within the list.
Yes.
Your problem is that look at the values inside the print function. It's fruits and then X. So when you are writing fruits and then square brackets X, it means you want to access actually something from.
I want to access the first or second value or third value like that, and then have all of them
But
printed.
we said that. Let me go back to this. Let me go back to this. I think I did. We said that one, if we are just using the normal way, this one, the normal way of accessing values, we can just use this way without a loop, okay?
Yes.
But in this case, a loop now does those things. So what we need to just specify is an area's name of values inside that list. So you can change X maybe to be a fruit. You can actually say for a fruit in the list which is fruits, and then print now fruit, not X. You print the fruit.
Okay.
Is that okay? You print
Yes.
this value, this area's name. It's what you are going to print because it stands for the values inside there. It replaces these values.
Okay.
Yes. So the area's name is what you are going to deal with. You only need to specify that your area's name is inside that list, and then your program runs. Anyway, yes. So I can see some people have tried. Kuna wenye wamesema wacha ikae. Yes. So you people, when you try to write these codes, you get better understanding than just reasoning. So I don't encourage that you just reason for the whole class. Therefore, when you go back to your notes and then discover a lot of errors, you wonder where are these errors coming from. You see? So it's good you try to type these values where I'm also trying to explain. Yes. So let me summarize this. And then someone has a question. Let me summarize this one. Is there any question? There's no question. So let me summarize this one. So we have actually, you can see I've defined R, and then you can see R has so many values. So the manual way to do is just to divide the area, and then you do that, and then you divide another area, you do that, and then so you can see if you are required to do maybe 1,000 areas, you need more pages to write that. You need more pages to write. Yes. So just mute your microphone. And then now I want to summarize the code. I don't want to write these things several times. So what I do, I use what we call a function. I write a function. A function just a block of code, then performing specific task. So for this block of code of mine, I will call it an area. So I will just write a function. Inside the function, I will tell the function to do my area. Then the next time I want my area to be done, I will only just call that function and then pass my values inside the function. So what I do, to create a function, you start with the word def. So the word def stands for that function, and then you give the name of the function. So in this case, it will be area. And then you place your opening and closing brackets. And then, so I've said to get a function, what you do, you use the word def, and then you give a name of the area, the name of the function. In this case, I've given it as area. Then I put my opening and closing brackets. So inside this one, I will specify my parameters. I will specify those values I will be what? I will be actually using. So in this case, those values that will vary, if you can see, my area requires two values, that's pi and then r. Okay, but pi is constant, so I don't need to pass my pi here inside these brackets. I need to pass a varying variable, which in this case is what? R. So I'll just pass R, and then I would what? Place the colony, then enter, and then this one I'll say now I will define what to be done, the what we are doing here. So I will define what to be done is to what? To find the area, which is same as to r, and then you multiply r. So you have your pi. Yes. Then print what? Output the area. Yes. So I've said this one, I want to repeat. To create a function, what to do, you just use the word def, and then you give a name of the function. Then in the name of function follows the opening and closing brackets. Then inside the brackets, you pass the varying variables, varying parameters. Okay. So in this case, my varying parameter is r. Bonus jaeka pi because pi is constant. Okay. So what I do, I'll just pass my r, and then inside the function, I'll define what to be done. So in this case, I've just defined the area, given the formula of the area, and then I'll put at the what area. Then here you can just add the pi. Pi aina shida. You can even the one we have defined huko juu tafanya kazi bado. Pi same as to 3.14. Then if you press that one, your function runs without what? without actually errors. Then now to use that function, you only need to call the function. To call the function, you write the name of the function, which is area, and then you press the brackets. Inside brackets, you pass your r. You pass your r. So in this case, I'll pass maybe what if my area is same as 6. I run this one, I'll get my area as 1.13. So if I want another area, what I do using a different what? Different radius, what I do, I just call my area and then brackets, then pass that value of that area. In this case, maybe it is actually 14. You can see now it comes easy to calculate those areas. Name of the function, then you pass your r. Name of the function, you pass your r. The equation. Their equation. Have you understood about the function? Have you understood about the function? You guys should actually talk. You can unmute and then say something.
Yes. Yes, it's very clear.
Okay. So let's give other examples, and then from there we do the watch. Yes. So if I want to just think of something to be done, and then I will pass my watch. Let's say we want to calculate the area of now a what? Actually a triangle. So area of a triangle is same as 2 half, let me say 0.5. You multiply by actually h and then multiply by base. That's correct, okay? So if you see the formula of that area, how many varying variables do I have? How many varying variables do I have?
2 variables.
2 variables. Those are h and then base. So what I do, I'll just write there. I'll define my function, which is def, and then the name of that function. In this case, it's area of, is it rectangle? Triangle. Yes, and then I press my brackets. Now my brackets will take how many parameters? How many parameters? Or how many varying variables?
2.
2.
Oh, that's base, and then height. Okay. So and then inside here now, no, we place a what? A column, and then inside here I divide my base and height. So I say base same as 2. No, just forgot. I divide my area, but yes, my area same as 2. Base we multiply by the height, and then we have also 0.5. Yes. So and then that's what I've defined. So I've given the name of that formula, and then the task or the output is to what? To print the area. So my function is complete. I can just say run that function, and then you write what? I write the now I want to have the result. So what I do, we said we call the function using the function name, that's area triangle, and then inside the area triangle we pass our parameters, which is the base. Maybe the base is same as 10, and then the height same as 4, yeah, 15. So you can have your result as what? 75 as the area of the what? Of the triangle. So if you want to make this code make sense, you can add your small small string, that's the area of the triangle is, yes, so this one lands, let me just come. Yeah, this one now makes sense. So the area of the triangle is 75. So if you want another area, so just call the function name, and then you pass your parameters. So in this case, maybe it is 20, and then 26. You can 20, 26. You can see my area of the triangle now becomes 26 point what? 0. So those are the loops, the if statement and the triangle, the functions, they are very important. They are very important. So you need to understand those things. Not have so many examples, but you try to understand these things. So let me actually do some small changes. So here you can see this one. What if now you want actually not to print this? Nataka kusema print area. Instead of print area, you can just say use the return value. So you say return area. Okay. Return area. Yes. So if we just say area, utaona kwa notes zenu zitakuwa na mambo ya return what? Triangle. Return value. So instead of just say calculate area or print area, you can use the return. Italeta hiyo area. Then good for that. This one comes my name of this triangle. Actually, we have any. Yes. So those are the most important things we have discussed, and they will enable us to do now next week data analysis actually. So next week we'll start with the actually the data frames and the series, and then we start actually analyzing data sets or data. So just go and practice on these things. There are some areas which I have not touched. For example, we have also classes, but classes are not really used in data analysis. So for those ones who want to pursue maybe for further, want to do machine learning, you will be required to know how to actually create class. But for this case, if you just know functions, if statements, and then what? Loops, you are good to go. So if someone has a question, just raise it before we actually finish these things.
I have a question.
Yes.
Kindly repeat the last part about defining the area of a triangle.
So what I have said is this way. We started with actually the manual way, and then we said the manual way. If I'm asking you to calculate the area using the manual way, you just come here and then say area of a triangle is same as what? 0.5 times height times base. So you define your height, which is same as to 10, and give it as value, and then base, which is same as to maybe 16. And then you would define your area, which is same as area, same as 2 height times base. Okay? And then you would what? You would print the result, which is same as print what? Print area. Print area. So you will have your actually no, I do not, yeah, I'm getting 0.5, so it's 0.5 multiplied by this one. So this is how you do it manually. You do it manually. I don't know why. Oh, maybe I change it there. I change it there. So I've said this is how you do it manually. This is how you do it manually. Just a moment. This is how you do it manually. This is how you do it manually. You can see you would have your areas what? 130. This is how you do it manually. But in this case, I've said you can use function. Because what if now you are told to find maybe using different heights? You will do these things several times. So for you to automate this one, you just create a function. So you just say def area, then triangle. You just give a name of the function. So just say def and then you give it the name of function. Inside the function, you pass your filing parameters. My filing parameter will be these two. These are the variables which will change. The height and the base. The 0.5 will remain the same. So I will pass my filing parameters, which is height and then base. Okay. And then I will make a current. After I've made a current, I will now divine what I've done here. Remember, hapa. Sini divine hapa, hii statement. Hata naweza copy tu venye iko hivyo and then I paste it here. I paste it here. Sindio? Yes. And then next, now I what? I print the result. I print a area. So if I run that function of mine, it works without errors. So for me to have the answers, I'll just call the function, which is area of triangle. And then inside the area of triangle, I'll pass my varying parameter. The name specify height and then base. So the height, maybe it's 10, and then the base same as 26. So if I run this one, I'll have the same result. My name of the, just forget it. I'll have the same result as this one. But you see, this one is summarized because the next time you have different values, you just call the name of that actually the name of that function, and then you pass your those values. You pass your values. So let's say this time we have a base of height of 57, then a base of 90. You can see you have your area. So I think that one is clear. Is that okay? Is that okay? Someone
Yes.
yes, so let me actually someone I don't think is it day one. We try to do something like this. Try to do something like this. This one. Do you remember this one? Do you remember this one? What I've written here? 7% 2. What does it mean?
Modulus.
Yes.
Yes, modular.
So someone asked, what is the essence of writing these things? So I want to actually to write a small code to apply the modulus function. Okay. So this is it. So I want actually to create a range of values. I want to create a range of values, and then I will instruct my program to output actually the what? The even numbers. Even numbers. So let me repeat what I've said. I'm saying I want to create a range of values. Then the range of values now, inside those range of values, I want only to output the values which are even numbers. So I want to ask a simple question. Using the modulus concept, how do you see we can apply what can we write about so that we have those even numbers? So what can the modulus actually assist us determining the even numbers? Do you have an answer? Just unmute and then you give the answer. Do you see how the modulus works? Anyone with an answer? Anyone with an answer? So let me just give the explanation. Do you see the example I've given is that 7 modulus what? Modulus 2 to give you the result of what? 1. And then I said how the modulus works. The modulus works is that it's this statement means it's 7 divided by 2, and then what's outputted is the remainder value. So divided by 7 divided by 2 is 3, and then remainder what? Remainder 1. So the 1 is outputted because it is the remainder which is outputted. Now we know even numbers are such as what? 2. So if I do 2 and then modulus 2, I'll get 0. If I do 4 modulus 2, I get 0. If I do 6 modulus 2, so it means any even number, and then you do a modulus of 2, you'll get a what? You'll get a result of 0. So that's what we want to use. So let me create a list of values using the range. So I will say my list values same as 2, the range, and then inside the range I will start from 1 up to actually 50. Okay. So if I run this one, I will have my values from 1 to 40, 1 to 49. What my values 1 to 49. And then so if I have values 149. Now what I do, I write a what? I write an if statement. So I'll just say if so remember I'm not interested with one value. I'm interested with more than one value. Those values from the range of 1 to 49, all the even numbers to be outputted. So what comes in your mind is that you must use the for loop for you to output those numbers. At the same, you must use an if statement to what? To filter out those values. Okay? So what I do, I write the for loop. So for I in these values, so for I in these values, now inside my loop, if I just say print I would what? I would get my just a moment.
There's no I.
Okay. Yes. So for I'll get my values from 1 to 49, but I'm not interested in those values. I'm only interested with these even number values. So what I do here, I'll just say, I'll write my if statement. So if I, remember I, someone who want to mix with the other things. If you have just started with I, you use that I. So I, if I, then we write the statement. If I, so what are we going to write here? So if I
Modulus 2.
yes, so if I modulus 2, and then we use equal sign comparison. We don't use just the same as to 0. This one is wrong. We said when you want to compare, we use comparison operators, which is double equals. Same as 2, then tutaweka hiyo colon, then you print what? Print now your I. So you will have your even up values. You can see my even values in this range. Hiyo iko sawa, si ndivyo? Anyone mwenye ako na question juu ya what I've done? Anyone with a question? Anyone with a question? Tuko sawa. So a small assignment. What I've done here, I want you to think in such a way that I don't need to create these values. I mean, I want you to think such a way that maybe these things will be required to do it several times. Now, for you to summarize that code, I need to use a function. So put these things here, what I've done here, what I've done from hapa juu in a function. Then nione venye majibu yako inaonekana. We have 6 minutes. Try to put what I've done here in a function. Try to put what I've done there in a function. Kama hujalewa question, just ask, nirudie. Nimesema vitu yetu tumefanya hapo, put it in a function now. Put it in a function. So it's up to you. You think such a way that your function makes sense. You create a function, then wewe inakupatia. So you create a function such a way that when you want to output actually even numbers, you just call a function and then you pass your values, then it gives you what? It gives you the even numbers. The even numbers.
So we define a function.
Yes, what I've done here, the question is that try to create a function to output even numbers. So that's it in summary.
Question. Mine yangu haitoi even numbers, like I've written the function and even.
Send a screenshot in WhatsApp. Tuone. Send a screenshot in WhatsApp. Watu wametoka. Ni kama anyway. Do for nini? You have some 4 minutes. Try to do that and then ukifanya hiyo sasa umeelewa what we have done. Fanya hivyo utakuwa ume so for I in list values, if you have indicated 1 instead of I, is that 1 or I? 1% 2 or I percentage? I can see I can see 1 instead of I can see 1 instead of I. For the second statement, if 1% 2, it's supposed to be I. It's supposed to be I. It is 1. Yes, it's 1. Now correct to I. Put I. We said once we have defined our I, hiyo ndio tutatumia. Hakuna tena kutumia mambo ya list values ama nini. Once umesema I list values, now you are going to use only I so that isikuwe na confusion. Hiyo I ndio inatumika. Kama ni X, for X in list values, that X is the one unafaa kutumia kwenda chini. The other things unaachana nazo. For loop inafanya kazi yake. Sasa shida ni wakati utakuuliza kama uko na shida and then you don't mention your problem and then you don't try to do it. So I don't know hapo tutasaidiana aje. Kama una shida then yes, Fide anataka kusema nini? Unaweza sema shida yako. Mbona umeinua mkono? Fide ama amemute? Ane, try to do hiyo vitu. Tuma result. WhatsApp. Tuma result. So niwapatie hint. So how many parameters are you supposed to pass? How many parameters? How many parameters are you supposed to pass in your function? How many parameters? Watu wajibu.
Two parameters.
Which one and which one?
The start of the range and the end of the range.
No. Hiyo inafaa kwa value moja tu. So what you do, nakumbuka we created a range using just this one.
Yes.
So just pass one number. So that
Okay.
the next thing you are writing is the range. You say range that number, itakupatia range and then hii kila kitu umefanya hapo ni copy ndani ya function. Let me try to output it. Wengine wasiende. So what I've said, I'll just define the function. Def, and then the name of function is that even what? Even num. Inside even num, I'll just pass a number as a number. Then colony. The next thing is that I want now a range of that number. So what I do, I'll say define x range num same as range number hiyo iko hapo juu yenye nitaiweka ni hivyo. And then nimesema sasa utakuja hapa juu, once umedefine hiyo utakuja hapa juu copy kila kitu uko hapa, then you paste here. And then kitu una change for I in these values. Now these values may change. It is what? It is actually arrange num. Yes. So if you do this, you just run inaleta expected identity block. So hiyo naitoaje? Nakuja hapa juu, naweka hii, naweka hivi, nakuja hapa chini, nakuja hivi, naweka hapa juu, na hii pia naileta juu na place enter. So hiyo identity imetoka. Yes. So what I do, I'll just call the name of that function. That's even num pass a number, so that then inside that number a range of values will be calculated. Sivyo? So kama nataka range itoke 200, naweka 100 and then above my even numbers from 0 to what? 200. You can see. Kwa mtu akona swali hapo? Kwa mtu akona swali? Anyway, sasa nataka kumaliza class, hata naona mnataka kuisha. So let's meet next week. Let's meet next week and then we discuss about now the data analytics. So we'll do more of data analytics the remaining 2 weeks. So thank you. Have a good evening or night. Sawa, unless anyone akona question. Anyone akona question? Yep, yep.